welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Well, time to look at activities in the world of sports. It's Champions League night. Champions League is back. Round of 16. You'll be seeing a lot of matches in Europe concerning the big boys. Champions League is actually for the big boys, as football lovers out there always say. Well, once again, you are welcome on the show. We have Olale Peters in the studio. Good to have you.
Good morning, Adeni. It's my pleasure being here. And, don't say what you want to say.
Okay. Already, you have actually brought that out. Okay, let me not say it. Let's just go straight to the what we're talking about now, starting with FIFA. Well, this story concerning Nigerian football. Now, NFF board approved building of Hostel and 2 new pitches in Abuja after the executive board met in Abuja, and they agreed. The communique that was actually issued, and they agreed that they will be building hostels for our national teams, looking at the way they've been encouraged just when it comes to camping them in hotels, and that's why they needed to at least get this done, and they'll be building hostel for all the teams and also getting new pitches at the FIFA Go project at the MK Abiola Stadium.
Okay, one good development, another one needs to be looked into again due to our culture in this country and our habits in this country. And when we hosted the Junior World Cup, we had a game village. And what is the purpose of the game village? We all know the purpose is when you're having a competition for the players or the athletes to camp. Go to game village now. They've sold everything out. If you look at the proximity between the Games Village and the National Stadium, it's just for you to cross over and enter the stadium. So the purpose of doing that has been defeated. So how sure are we that if they have another one again, we're not going to go back to the same situation we went to? Now we're talking about having hostel. Yes, the cost of camping the Super Eagles is on the high side. However, why didn't they look for sponsorship among the hoteliers we have in
Nigeria, anywhere.
In Abuja, Port Harcourt, Lagos, or wherever it is? They should do more like a partnership with them. Anytime the Super Eagles, they are playing in Lagos, they are playing. We have some hotels that they have their branches in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. Sheraton, for example, we have a lot of them also. You have this agreement with them that anytime the Super Eagles, they are playing, partnership. Shake my hand, I shake your hand. 50% discount, 40% discount, or whatever. There are better ways to go than building a new hostel for this purpose. How many times do we normally play, as in the Super Eagles? How many times do they normally play in a year? The Flying Eagles. Let's look at all the national team. How many times do they normally play in a year? Now, when they build this hostel, is it going to be for Super Eagles alone?
No, all the teams.
Or is it going to be for Flying Eagles and Golden Eaglets? Are they saying the same hostel that the Golden Eaglets under 18 are staying, the same hostel that they want to put the Super Eagles?
No, I think from that particular communique, it was spelled out that for each of the teams. So automatically, you're going to have like maybe 6 hostels because the Falconers are there. The Flamingos are there, the Super Falcon, the Super Eagles, and the 2 you just mentioned.
Then, do you know how much this will cost? And the money will come from the taxpayers with what we are going through in the country right now. I don't think this is next step.
According to them, that is going to be funded by FIFA. There's a particular project called FIFA Forward 2.0, FIFA Forward 3.0. So the FIFA Forward 3.0 is the one they will use to fund the project. And they're looking at the fact that they've been incurring so many debts, owing those hotels where they've been lodging all this while talking about the national teams of Nigeria. So better for them to have their own.
Okay, I think the money they are expecting from the FIFA Go project should be channeled to grassroots development in this country. I think we need that more than having hostel built. That's the truth. Yes, they are holding a lot of hotels in Nigeria. I know NFF, they normally have their budget, and the part of their budget is logistic for every competition, which we do. I mean, which the federal government normally approve. So what happens to all the money that they've approved for that purpose? That's the question we need to ask first. Okay, for example, the last match that we played, Nigeria and Ghana, that's the World Cup qualifier that we lost. Okay, there was a budget for it. Part of the budget is accommodation, logistic, welfare, whatever. That was approved. What happens to that money if they are saying they are owing the hotels? So these are the questions that we need to look into. I don't have an issue if they want to build hotel, but I believe the money for the hotel can be used for some major germane issue that is affecting the development growth of football in this country. They can even use that money to continue to sponsor the Principal's Cup, to sponsor the Nuga Games, where we're going to have a lot of athletes coming out to represent the country. Grassroots sport development in Nigeria is what we really need now. I don't think that is what we should be focusing our attention on. My own point.
Well, we just hope that Nigerian football will get its better from the way it's going right now, coming from the NFF after they met the executive committee, after they met just yesterday. Now, let's look at another one that came up just in 2019. Adopt an athlete and also adopt a pitch project actually came up, and that has really got a lot of a positive result. We've seen stadium being renovated and all that, but right now, the FIFA Go project pitch in the MK Abiola Stadium have gotten at least a foundation that will be adopting it. Oche Awodi Foundation adopt FIFA Go project, and according to the foundation, they will assess the cost and look at what is the best for that pitch. Is this grass? Is this synthetic? They will look at it and they will fix it. When they were asked about how long will it take them, well, they said the first thing is assessment to look at the stadium, the FIFA Go project and what they need to do.
That's a very good development. Like a project like this, it is encouraged, it is welcome, because we need more standard stadium in the country to bring out the best in our footballers. That's the truth. So, and the approach also is what we should look at when it comes to getting accommodation for the Super Eagles. We can get people to adopt the same scheme that, okay, anytime the Super Eagles, they want to play, my own responsibility or contribution is to take care of their accommodation. Like in a year, probably the Super Eagles, they don't play more than 5 or 6 times in a year. We can get someone, a foundation, that will come and say, okay, what you want to do is you want to sponsor this. Just like you have this pitch, adopt a pitch, like we saw what happened at National Stadium, MKO Abiola Stadium in Abuja, and it's really Lagos also, what is going on there. So let's have it all around, all the infrastructure and facility that will shake hand with the NFF. I don't think we should be wasting money while we have a lot of things to do with that. So this adopt a pitch project, it's a very good one. We have adopt a pitch project. We have adopt an athlete project. So let's have adopt a hotel project, which will make it work and make it fine for everybody.
Adopt logistic.
No, you can adopt a lot of things, because someone came up with this initiative and it really worked. It helped to be emotion. It's a Brume.
All of them.
It really helped them also. The National Stadium, MK Abiola Stadium, it helped also. National Stadium is really, it's helping also. So let's go to other areas also and call people out. Please come and adopt logistic, transport, or what. Even it can be food projects. During their camping, someone will take care of their feeding throughout.
Okay, that's a stomach infrastructure.
That's from me.
What's the way to go? But seriously, we can also, if you look at grassroots sports development in Nigeria, I think maybe from this particular pitch initiative coming from the minister, maybe they should add that. Looking at, if you look at grassroots development of sport in Nigeria, a lot of organizations can actually decide to, okay, we're organizing this in this particular local area in a state. It might not be in the city, just at least it's grassroots sport development. We sponsor and let the best talent come from different nooks and crannies of that particular state. And from there, talent will be sported.
We used to have that with Milo, Pepsi, those days. It's part of corporate social responsibility. Milo Championship basketball is what a lot of people normally look up to in those days. Okay. Also, the Pepsi Academy also, I think they have their own also in Kwara State and in some other states. So what the NFF needs to do through the Minister of Youth and Sport is to look at all these blue chip companies and see how they can partner with them. We have the oil companies, we have the multinationals that they are operating in this country. So let's have them to contribute their own quota through sport development from the grassroots. We can get it right through that channel.
We can get right through that channel, but really Nigerian sport needs to get better, because if we look at it, sport really will solve a lot of problems, only if we can take it very serious.
If we can take it as a business, it will have its own contribution to the economy. It will take away a lot of unemployed youth from the streets. It will take care of the insecurity, a lot of things. Now, today is Tuesday, Champions League night. A lot of people will go for Champions League than to go and celebrate. Today is February 14, right?
I don't know. I don't know. Serious.
So some will give importance to that. So what am I saying is, if you look at the passion that comes with football, with sports generally, you'll now be asking yourself, what do I get from this shouting, screaming, bantering, abusing ourselves? It gives you joy and happiness because you love doing something that you like what you had in your mind before the show. That am I wearing Chelsea jersey? Because
that wasn't what I had.
That was what you had in mind before. And it's because of you I have to go and get this jersey, because you've always been attacking me that I'm always here to defend Chelsea. So I'm coming out to to wear the jersey purposely because of it. I hope one day you two will have the courage to buy Arsenal jersey and put it on Adeniyi.
I just hope that Arsenal will actually win the league. That's my project right now.
Arsenal win the league, right?
If they can win the league, I'm very glad. Goes. Well, I've been giving you that concerning sports in Nigeria needs to get developed. We can really make that to be a business when it comes to sport. Why are we talking about that? Let's go straight to Ghana. Well, Ghana, sometimes back, they had Otto Addo as their national coach, but right now, Otto Addo is out, and they have Chris Hilton, who was at that time supporting him as a technical advisor, but right now he has taken over as Black Star coach. It was confirmed on Sunday, but right now we talk about Ghana. Ghana football right now. Chris Hilton was doing the underground work at that time. Otto Addo was at the aim of affairs, but now he's taking over fully, and at least let's see what he can offer to the Black Stars.
Yeah, I think he's not going to a terrain that is unknown to him. He's going to a terrain that is familiar with already. He's going to a terrain that he knows the players, he knows the culture, he knows what the FA of the Ghanaian Association, what they want and what they really need. And I'm very sure also that they've thought about it before they said, oh, let's give it to Chris instead of having our own to be there. So it's something that I believe is well thought of. And Chris also is not a coach that is not known before now. He's a coach that is well known before now. He has a pedigree. He has something to show for it in terms of his experience. Then when it comes to the African continent also, he has something to offer. So I think it's not really a bad one, knowing fully that he was with Otto Addo during the World Cup. Probably is the one doing all the technical job on the ground then, and they look at it that, okay, if you are doing the work technically on the ground, and we've seen that you have what it takes, maybe this is time for Otto Addo to go and improve, upskills himself for the future, 2 years, 4 years. We don't know what they're going to offer him also. Probably it's going to be more like try out that, okay, Otto Addo, you go back to assist him while you Chris, you lead the team. Whatever the situation is, I think it's a very good one. At least they show that they have a direction. They show that they have something that they want to do. They show that they have a vision and they have a mission, and they are pursuing their objectives. So I think it's a very good one.
What you are saying now, the mission and the vision, there's an undertone. I hope
you
are not talking about Nigeria.
Well,
we have a coach.
Okay, are you asking the question?
Yes, I'm asking.
So I can answer you.
Yes.
Okay, we in Nigeria, we don't have a coach. We don't have a vision. We don't have a mission. We don't have objective. We are just doing what they call kick and follow. Those days when you are playing, when you are playing ball, you don't have a formation that you are playing this formation. What you do is anywhere belly face, anywhere they kick the ball, all of you run and follow the ball. That is what we are doing when we are talking about the coach for Super Eagles.
Hopefully we can actually get it right when it comes to football in Nigeria. Just talking about Ghana, they are right now confirming Chris Hilton as their coach. And now we move away from there. Matches were played. Good one for Cody Gakpo, who finally break the dog. And at least he was able to score for Liverpool. Let's look at Monday result. Matches were played in different 4 locations that we picked for you there. Liverpool defeating Everton 2-0. Salah and also Cody Gakpo, who was at least was able to do it after 7 matches. You look at Liverpool versus Everton. It was a match that a lot of people have been waiting for Cody to score, and finally he was able to score.
Yes, and also a lot of people have been waiting to see what happened between Nunes and Salah yesterday. The goal scored by Salah happens to be the breakthrough, and that is one thing about football. Don't lose concentration. It was Everton's corner kick, and they almost scored. They hit the bar, they lost the ball, and Liverpool, they did what? Counter-attack. And the movement between Nunes and Salah that yesterday used to be the movement between Sadio Mane and Salah when it comes to counter-attack. Anytime Liverpool, they are playing corner kick, you see Salah just at the middle of the pitch, while Mane will be close to the box 18. So any ball from there, Sadio Mane knows what to do to give it to Salah. With his pace, with his speed, definitely will not miss it. That was what we saw yesterday with that goal. So, and I'm not going to say that Liverpool, they are back on track, because anytime you are playing a derby match, the performance of either team is not the true reflection of what they can do going forward. That's the truth. Playing Everton, it's a derby match. It's a match that they don't want to lose. Knowing fully what Everton did with their last match, which they won when they had a new coach. And you know, all these teams, when they have a new coach, they want to
at least impress the
new coach. That was on their cycle. But yesterday's match was totally different. I'm not expecting anything less, and it's a very good one for Liverpool. And their race for top 4 yesterday came alive again, because by winning that yesterday's match, and they're still having one outstanding match again, I think the possibility of them playing in Euro, now they are 9th on the log table, and if they can win their outstanding match right now, the outstanding match can take them to a point where they will be a contender to play in Europe next season. So I think it's something that they really fought for yesterday, and they really won. You can see from 32 points they are having currently 9th position. And look at Tottenham, who has played 23 matches and they are having 39 points. So if you look at the difference between Liverpool, who is having 32 points, and Everton is just how many points? 7 points. So what Liverpool needs to do is to win their next 2 matches. So once they do that, they will close the gap.
So there's still hope for them to play in Europe. If they're able to win the next match, they will have 35.
They win another one again, they have 38. So that means 1 point between them and Tottenham. And if you look at Fulham also, they've played 23 matches, while Liverpool have played only 21 matches. So there's still hope for them to play in Europe next season. If they can't make it to the Champions League, at least they can make it to Europa Conference. And don't forget, Man City, they are still having a case hanging on their neck. So if they are able to conclude the case this season, there will be point deduction or fine. If it is point deduction, definitely they won't be sitting among the top 4 or top 6. If it is 15 points or 20 points or 25 points, that means they will go below where they are currently. So I think the hope is still alive for Liverpool.
Now, if you look at the way it is, I still don't understand what's happening, but Chelsea, they were on 9th position, they are back to 10. Is it that Chelsea really love to stand in 10th position this season for almost how many weeks? Okay,
I know you always find a way to say something about Chelsea, especially when I'm wearing the Chelsea jersey today. Okay, the truth is that everybody, they have their own. Even Chelsea also, hope is not lost for them. Hope is not lost for them also, and they are having 31 points and they've played 22 matches. If they can win their next match and they continue winning, you have to play how many matches to end the season? 38. And you've played only 22. And you still have how many outstanding? You have about 16 matches outstanding. If you have this mindset of let me win my remaining 16 matches, or let me win about 12 or 10 matches from the remaining 16 matches, the hope is still there for them. Look at Arsenal. Look at the gap between Arsenal and Manchester City now. Before it used to be 7, 8, but right now it is how many points? 3 points. And we'll see what happens tomorrow when Manchester City and Arsenal, they play their outstanding match. We'll see who will be leading the table. Maybe it will be Man City or Arsenal tomorrow.
What are you expecting?
Well, if you look at the tradition and the history between the two clubs, I'll give it to Arsenal. They have more advantage when it comes to the history. But if you look at the current performance, and you know, I said something here during our show, I think about 2 weeks ago, that the problem with Arsenal is they don't have a bench. They don't have a player that can come in and change the situation for them if things are not going well for them. And that is what Manchester City, they have ahead of them. If you look at their last 2 matches, The last one they lost, and the one they drew also. Even though the last one that they drew, the Brentford goal, it's not a goal, it's offside, clear and plain offside. Just the same way that the VAR robbed Chelsea of a clear penalty during their match against West Ham. Probably that would be a discussion for another day. But Manchester City, they have the depth of their team. They have what it takes to play Champions League, FA Cup, and Premier League by rotating their players. But Arsenal, they only have first 11. Bringing someone to join them will be difficult. Yes, they made a good transfer, Jorginho and Trossard, that went there. But is that enough? That is not really enough. You need to have about 4 or 5 players that can come in and change the game for you. That is what I think may count against Arsenal in their pursuit for the Premier League.
Premier League. The analysis coming from Aloyel Peters there. Just looking at the result there. Now, Espanyol, they tried their best, but they lost that game against Real Sociedad 2-3. And if you look at it, let's look at the way the table is in La Liga. Yes, even though Everton is wallowing on the bottom of the table in the EPL, but in La Liga right now, Sociedad also, they've upped their game, adding more points. They now have 42 points after playing 21 matches. That's a good one for the team that's they really know their onions. And you look at Espanyol that actually lost at home. If you flip it round to the Espanyol side from 11 to 20, you look at the fact that Espanyol needs to work harder. They need to really work harder right now because it's not going well. 17th position they are, and it's not really safe for them. 21 points, -7 in 21 matches.
Okay, before the match, I thought this would be an opportunity for them to up their game in the sense that to win the match and have 3 points to take them at least 5 points above relegation zone. But for Real Sociedad that lost their last match at home, they are coming with that determination that we need to really consolidate our position in playing in Europe next season. Because as far as I'm concerned, I think Barcelona, they've already won the La Liga. The gap between them and Real Madrid now, I don't think Real Madrid can really catch up with them again. So it's all about the top 4 in La Liga. And Real Sociedad, before the match, it's just a point between them and the 4th position, and in which if they didn't win the match, they'll have put more pressure on them. So by winning their match, they've extended the gap between them and 4th position to 4 points, while the point between them and Real Madrid has been closing to 3 points. Though Real Madrid, they still have one outstanding match to play, but it's still something that is working out for Real Sociedad.
Well, we continue to look at football now. Well, if you go to Italy, Inter Milan, they play goalless against Sampdoria there, and you have Hellas Verona defeated Salernitana. And if you look at the way the table is standing, Inter Milan, really, despite the fact that they are second on the log against Napoli, they have 44 points after playing 22 matches. Well, the teams that are really surprising everyone has been Juventus, despite the deduction of 15 points. They have now crawled back to 9th position. Now, looking after 11 to 20, where the Hellas Verona, Sampdoria, and Salernitana are actually abiding. You have right now Salernitana actually 16 on the log. You have Verona in 18th, and you have Sampdoria in the 19th position. Well, that's it for the Italian Serie A. And before we go, let's talk about Chelsea. This time around, I have not taken Chelsea. Let's talk about the manager. That's Graham Potter saying Chelsea manager job is difficult, it's tough.
Okay, is there any managerial
No, he's trying to,
that is not tough in Europe?
Chelsea is
different. If he happens to be a coach of the highest spender in the summer, spend over £500 million to buy in players. You have 34 players in your squad currently right now. They move your salary, up your salary from £2 million to £10 million.
They should be expecting fire everywhere.
We are talking about a club that have been winning trophy almost all season. Last season, they won Champions League and they won World Club Cup. They didn't employ you to come and take over a club that they have nothing to fight for. It is very tough. And for him to come out and say this, that means there's fire on the mountain. Take it or leave it. I don't see Graham Potter. I don't see him spending the 5 years at Chelsea, except miraculously.
Since it's Potter, maybe
since it's Potter, yeah. Miraculously, if he can win Champions League miraculously, if he can win Champions League, probably there'll be hope for him. If not, next season will be tougher than this season. That's the truth. Yes, we are expecting the job not to be easy. It's even very lucky that it's not the time of Abramovich. By now, he'll have
been out.
He'll have been out since, because what they do there is what I think every owner of business should learn how to do. You give responsibility with authority, and when you fail to deliver, I'll ask you to go. That is the truth, and that is what has been happening in Chelsea. The issue is, I need a player. What player do you need? I need Pogba, I need Ronaldo, I need...
Let's get in.
I'll get them for you. What I want in return, get me trophy. If you don't get me trophy, do you have any excuse? No. So I don't think you have any excuse, and you should not play any mind game that probably will get public sympathy. Like I said last week on the show, the only transfer left for Chelsea to do is to get a good coach to replace Graham Potter.
What a way to end the show. 360 Sport on Trust TV. Graham Potter really sitting on the time bomb right now, except if I form miracle concerning that team called Chelsea. Any moment from now, anything can happen concerning him. Well, we've been giving you details concerning sporting stories in the world of sports. I have Lawale Peters, who has been with us in the house. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure being here, Adeni. Thanks for having me.
Yes, I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.